being famous isn't always what it's cracked up to be. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 tragic celebrity stories.
When my sister died, that all went out the window, but only temporarily.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're taking a look at celebrities who have lived tragic lives wrought with numerous problems. We've excluded celebrities who primarily had tragic childhoods, as we've already created a list for them. Number 10. Corey Feldman. In the 80s, this child star was a household name, thanks to his roles in The Goonies and Gremlins. As the years went by, though, Feldman became better known for his drug habits, while his acting career took a nosedive. Corey Haim, Feldman's close friend and frequent co-star, endured a similar fall from grace, eventually dying from pneumonia in 2010 at the age of 38. 1 year later, Feldman revealed that both he and Haim had been sexually abused as children. Feldman referred to the man who molested him as Ron, who also played a hand in his drug addiction. Following the sexual assault allegations against Harvey Weinstein in 2017, Feldman set out to self-finance a film exposing Hollywood pedophiles.
And now we have the ability to let our voices be heard and break the dam of silence.
Number 9. Lindsay Lohan. Lohan won audiences over at age 11 with her dual role in The Parent Trap.
I think we should switch places.
She continued to show promise as a teenager, starring in hits like Freaky Friday and Mean Girls.
Shut up. Shut up. I didn't say anything.
Ever since receiving a DUI in 2007, however, it's all been downhill for this actress. Over the years, Lohan would become synonymous with rehab as she struggled with drugs and alcohol. In addition to her various legal issues and substance abuse, Lohan has also been widely criticized for her poor film choices and the lackluster quality of her performances. Defending controversial figures like Harvey Weinstein and Donald Trump on social media hasn't helped to redeem Lohan in the public eye either. Number 8. Marlon Brando. This acclaimed actor played a variety of iconic characters throughout his illustrious career, including Mark Antony in Julius Caesar.
O mighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low?
Despite finding incredible success on the silver screen, Brando's life off-screen was practically a Shakespearean tragedy. In 1990, Brando's son Christian was charged with murdering Drag Drolet, the boyfriend of his pregnant half-sister Cheyenne. Pleading guilty to manslaughter, Christian went to prison for 5 years. Throughout her siblings' trial, Cheyenne attempted suicide on 2 occasions. Suffering from mental health problems, she lost custody of her son and ultimately hung herself in 1995. Much like Don Vito Corleone, Marlon found himself at the head of a family riddled with death, infamy, and unspeakable turmoil. Number 7. Jennifer Hudson. For several years, Jennifer Hudson appeared to be on top of the world. She was a finalist on American Idol, won an Oscar for her performance in Dreamgirls, and released a debut album that was certified gold. Then, disaster struck Hudson's family in 2008. At her elder sister's home in Chicago, Hudson's mother and brother were shot to death, and her 7-year-old missing nephew was found dead 3 days later with multiple gunshot wounds. Hudson's brother-in-law was convicted for the heinous crimes, receiving 3 life sentences. In the wake of this tragedy, Hudson walked away from the spotlight for a while, but came back with new projects. She's currently a coach on The Voice.
I'm not gonna leave you, there's no way.
Number 6. Gary Coleman. As a child, Coleman was diagnosed with a chronic kidney disease known as focal segmental glomerulosclerosis, requiring him to take medications that contributed to his stunted growth. He additionally went through multiple unsuccessful kidney transplants and dialysis. Never growing taller than 4 feet 8 inches, Coleman retained a youthful appearance as Arnold Jackson on Different Strokes.
I've never seen a black goldfish before.
That's okay, he never saw a rich white man before either.
Despite making $100,000 per episode at one point, he lost much of that fortune at the hands of his adoptive parents and advisors. Although Coleman sued them for misappropriation, he still suffered from financial and legal troubles, filing for bankruptcy in 1999.
When kids are forced to work noon to midnight, it's because everyone's afraid of their job and they're afraid of rocking the boat, and they don't want that kind of pressure on their lives.
Following a failed marriage, a couple of suicide attempts, and ceaseless illness, Coleman died at the age of 42 from an epidural hematoma. Number 5. Whitney Houston. This record-breaking, award-winning singer had a great career in music, movies, and modeling. Sadly, Houston's professional success was only matched by the misfortune that plagued her life. After years of maintaining a clean image, Houston and her husband Bobby Brown were found with marijuana at an airport in 2000. This only fueled rumors of Houston's drug abuse. Not long after divorcing Brown, Houston confessed in an interview with Oprah Winfrey that her marriage did involve serious drug use, like lacing marijuana with cocaine.
And you were using drugs to hide the pain?
Yeah, I wasn't happy by that point in time. I was losing myself. My mom came and got me twice.
Then in 2012, Houston accidentally drowned in a bathtub at the age of 48, a result of both her cocaine use and heart disease. Number 4. Anna Nicole Smith. Born Vicki Lynn Hogan, Anna Nicole Smith dropped out of high school when she was only 14, and eventually rose to fame and was featured on the cover of Playboy. Not too long after her modeling career took off, Smith divorced her first husband and married aging businessman J. Howard Marshall.
You didn't feel attracted to him, or did you?
No, there was no physical attraction at all.
When Marshall died at age 90 just over a year later, the widowed Smith found herself in the midst of a lengthy court battle over his estate. In addition to her inheritance issues, Smith lost her 20-year-old son Daniel to a methadone overdose in 2006. Less than a year later, Smith also died from a drug overdose at the age of 39, leaving behind her newborn daughter, Danny Lynn Burkhead. Number 3. John F. Kennedy Jr. It's been speculated that there might be a Kennedy curse, considering the unbelievable bad luck that's hounded this political family. John F. Kennedy Jr. is perhaps the most tragic case of all. A mere 3 days before his 3rd birthday, his father was shot in one of history's most infamous presidential assassinations. Heartbreak continued to follow JFK Jr., as his uncle was assassinated in 1968, his cousin died from a cocaine overdose in 1984, and his other cousin died during a skiing accident in 1997. Death loomed over this family like a shadow, and it inevitably caught up to John, who died at the age of 38 when he crashed the plane he was piloting into the Atlantic Ocean. Number 2. Judy Garland. With a smile that could light up a room, Judy Garland seemed like the epitome of everything wholesome. Behind the emerald curtain, however, was a deeply troubled human being crying out for help. During her early days at MGM, many executives deemed her unattractive, and the studio forced her to diet. This not only took a toll on Garland physically, but mentally as well.
We just did one picture after another, and it was a tough grind without much money.
Although she reigned as one of Hollywood's most recognizable stars well into her adult years, Garland had a laundry list of money problems, including owing heavy amounts of back taxes. She was consumed by alcoholism and drug addiction, leading to a barbiturate overdose that claimed her life in 1969 at age 47. Number 1. Marilyn Monroe. Like Judy Garland, Marilyn Monroe was a film legend who hid ungovernable pain underneath glitz, glamour, and a lovable screen persona. Born Norma Jean Mortensen, Monroe moved between various foster homes and an orphanage throughout her youth. Marrying her first husband at age 16, Monroe went on to find enormous success in acting, singing, and modeling.
Ooh, do you feel the breeze from the subway? Isn't it delicious?
Although she was widely adored, Monroe suffered from Great Depression brought on by her failed marriages, multiple miscarriages, relentless press coverage, and personal demons. Turning to drugs and alcohol, she died from a barbiturate overdose at age 36. While it's still debated whether or not Monroe committed suicide, there's no denying that her life was littered with tragedy.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.